The Last Day of School. Written by Jessica Malordi. Illustrated by Chelin Ethia. Focus question. Who is telling the story? What does this character do on the last day of school? It was the last day of school. Our desks were clean, and we had our summer reading lists. Mr. Brown stood up. "Now's the time you've all been waiting for," he said. Is it summer now? I wondered. I was so excited. "Time to hand out yearbooks," Mr. Brown said. Everyone cheered. This year, I wanted all the third graders to sign my yearbook. I got my class and Mr. Brown to sign it. "It's time for the kickball game," Mr. Brown said. Perfect, I thought. The rest of the third graders can sign my yearbook at the game. The third graders won the game. I got every third grader to sign my yearbook except one. John Morgan had hurt his knee at the start of the game. He was still with the nurse. At last, Mr. Brown said school was over. We could all go home. I ran to the nurse's office. John was there, looking sad. He had a bag of ice on his knee. "Hi, John," I said. He gave me a small smile. "Would you sign my yearbook?" His smile grew bigger. "Yes, but only if you sign mine," he said. We traded our books. I opened his and saw only a few names. I wanted to have everyone sign it this year. Then I got stuck in here, he said. He looked sad again. "I know what to do," I said. "My parents said I can have a big birthday party in July. If you come, you can have lots of kids sign it then." "Really?" he said. I nodded. "That would be great," he said. I left school with a full yearbook and a new friend. Not a bad way to start the summer. Connections. Writing and art. Draw a picture and continue the story at the birthday party. Math. John wants all 30 of his classmates to sign his yearbook. 3 students have already signed. How many students still need to sign his yearbook? Hint: John does not need to sign his own yearbook. Lice aren't nice. Written by Cheryl Reif-Snyder. Focus question. What is important to know about head lice? Who gets head lice? Head lice love to chomp on human heads. They have been doing it for thousands of years. Who gets lice has nothing to do with how clean your home or school is. It's not about how often you wash your hair. Head lice affect people all over the world, from louse to lice. When you see more than one mouse, you don't call them mouses, right? You call them mice. In the same way, one of these insects is called a louse. Two or more are called lice. Name that louse. Different types of lice live on humans. They all feed on human blood. Head lice are the smallest. They are tough to spot and tough to catch. How do we get head lice? Head lice often spread when people touch heads. Sometimes they spread when a person with head lice shares a hat or comb. Pet pests? Cats and dogs can get lice too. However, their lice are different from the kind that like human hair. Cats and dogs can't give us their lice, and we can't give them ours either. Head lice life. Head lice eggs, called nits, are tiny. They attach to hairs with special glue. It makes them hard to get rid of. Head louse life cycle. The life cycle of a louse is the stages it goes through during its life. To break the life cycle, lice must be killed or removed before they are full grown. Otherwise, they can make more eggs. After the nits hatch, the lice become adults in about 10 to 12 days. The first sign of head lice is often the feeling of something in your hair. Lice bites are red, but they don't hurt. They make many people itch, but not everybody. Bugs, be gone. If someone has head lice, you can often see nits in their hair. Spotting adult head lice is hard though. Sometimes people use a lice comb with very fine teeth to help them search. Often, head lice are killed with a special shampoo. A machine like a hairdryer can also kill lice and nits with hot air. The truth about head lice. Anyone can get head lice. They aren't a sign of dirty hair or a dirty house. They're a sign that you're human. You just need help to get rid of your itchy guests. So spread the word, not the lice. Connections. Writing and art. Create a poster for your class explaining at least one way to keep lice from spreading. Include pictures and words. Science. Draw and label the life cycle of lice. Compare your work with a partner's work.
Life at the Pond, written by B. Silverberg. The pond shines in the sun. The water is quiet. Many things live in the pond. The pond is like a small world. It is home to many plants and fish. It is home to many reptiles and other animals. Around the pond, ducks feed and play. They gobble tiny plants and dive to catch small fish. Mama duck watches her babies learn to swim. What fun! Big and small birds feed by the pond. Some of them snap up flying insects. The big blue heron spears a fish and gobbles it whole. How yummy! The top of the water is like a thin sheet. Insects skate, hop, and float on it. The water strider skates on long legs. The springtail hops across with its tail. Here we go! Whirligig beetles spin on the water. They have eyes on each side to look up and down. Lily pads with pretty flowers float on top. The roots and stems are under the water, way at the bottom. Frogs begin as tiny eggs in the water. The eggs become wiggly tadpoles, and the tadpoles grow into frogs with legs. They jump in and out of the water looking for food. The bullfrog is one of the biggest frogs. He makes a big splash when he jumps in. He has a very loud croak that sounds like chug-a-rum, chug-a-rum. What is that pile of sticks in the water? Beavers have built a house for their family. When a beaver swims, it smacks the water with his tail. Smack! Turtles in the pond snap up little fish to eat. In winter, the turtles sleep down in the mud. When it gets warm, they sun themselves on a big log in the water. Fish of many sizes and colors swim in the pond. They breathe under the water. Down in the mud, mama fish lays eggs. Later on, papa fish watches the babies. The pond is a small world where birds and fish, bugs and turtles, and many plants all live together. What a fun world!
Lincoln Loved to Learn. Written by Karen Moakler. Illustrated by Craig Orbach. The President. Abraham Lincoln was one of the greatest presidents of the United States. He worked hard to make it to the White House. Abe's home. Abe was born on the frontier in 1809 in Kentucky. It was a wild place with more bears than books. Abe's family was poor. Their cabin had just one room and one window. The floor was dirt. Abe's bed was made from corn husks. He always wore pants that were too short. Working hard. When Abe was 8, he helped his father clear their land. He swung an axe and cut down trees. Teaching himself. Abe worked hard, but he wanted to learn. He went to school when he could, but he mostly learned on his own. Without paper, Abe did math on the back of a wooden spoon. Without a pencil, he used a burned stick. Books were hard to find on the frontier. Abe read anything he could get his hands on. He often borrowed books from friends. One day, rain soaked a borrowed book. Abe worked 3 days in his friend's field to pay him back. Abe's stepmother. When Abe was 9, his mother died. His father found a new wife. She owned some books. To Abe, those books were worth a lot. Abe and his stepmother became great friends. When chores were done, she wanted Abe to read and write. Speaking practice. Abe practiced speaking too. Standing on a tree stump, he pretended to be important people in town. He liked to tell jokes and stories and make plans. Abe always worked very hard, but he kept on reading. When he worked, he always brought along a book to read. Becoming president. Abe loved books and the words and ideas in them. One day, his own words, ideas, and hard work would help him become president.
The Lion and the Mouse. Retold by Harriet Rosenblum. Illustrated by Lauren Gallegos. Lion lay asleep on a sunny afternoon. Mouse was hurrying home through the tall grass. She stumbled upon Lion and woke him. Lion trapped Mouse under his huge paw. He lifted her by the tail. He swung her slowly through the air. "An afternoon snack," Lion said. "Delightful." Mouse felt his hot breath on her fur. She was so scared. Her voice was just a squeak. "Spare me," she cried, "and one day I will help you in return." Lion laughed loudly. Mouse trembled. "You help me?" he laughed. "You are a funny little one." Still, he let Mouse go. He soon dozed off again under the hot sun. Mouse dashed home. She was happy to be alive. The day came when Lion stepped into a hunter's net. He was trapped. Lion struggled. The net pulled tighter. Lion roared in anger. Then he roared in fear. His loud roar carried in every direction. Many animals heard him. None came to help. None dared to free Lion, except Mouse. Mouse ran to Lion's side. She found him in the trap. Mouse chewed away the net with her sharp little teeth. Before long, Lion was free. Lion shook off the ropes. He looked deep into Mouse's eyes. "Thank you, little friend," Lion said. "You are most welcome, big friend," Mouse replied. "What you give is what you get." Mouse's words still hold true today. What is just as true? That even a little mouse can help a mighty lion.